Do you ever feel like you're stuck in a situation that you don't want to be in anymore and it's hard to figure out how to get out of it?
Maybe you're stuck in a dead-end job that you hate, but you can't quit because you don't know what else you can do. Or take me, for example. I'm worried about an economic downturn and I want to get out of the big city, but I can't because my work is here and I need the money.
If you are like me, this not only makes you feel stuck, but also frustrated and helpless. Tschou, zämä. My name is René and I'm a Swiss in LA. I know every situation is unique.
But here are 5 small changes that eventually helped me feel a lot less helpless.
The reason they work for me is that while I can't control the economy and I can't move out of the city right now, I can implement these changes. And that puts me back in control. So let's dive right in.
Something that makes a huge difference in how I feel on any given day is when I get up early. It gives me a head start and I get things done before the day even starts. It feels great to go into my morning knowing that I already scored some early wins. It's a pretty simple change and it makes me feel less overwhelmed and a lot more in control. A very effective way to get up early is to place the alarm clock across the room from my bed. So I have to get up. It's brutal, but hey, nobody said life was going to be easy.
A good friend of mine, badass health coach Paul, gets up super early every day. Let's ask him why he does it.
All right, what's up and good morning. So what time do I get up? I get up at 4:30 and it's non-negotiable. And then I'll head straight to the gym. I'll lift some freaking heavy weights. I'll get a little bit of conditioning in. I'll come out of there sweating and jacked, feeling like a freaking man.
What's the why? What's your personal benefit of getting up at 4:30?
Before anyone else is awake, or most people are awake, it just makes you feel really accomplished. I can at least say I have some big wins, and no matter how the day goes, it's all good, right?
Did you always get up so early?
I probably listened to some crazy guy talk about the benefits of getting up early, like I'm doing right now. And that planted a seed, and once I started thinking about it, I just couldn't get rid of it, you know?
Do you have any tips for someone who wants to get up early but struggles to do so?
I think a first step is just acknowledging it's important to you. What are the things that you want to do in the morning to feel accomplished, you know? Wait, check it out. There's the sunrise. We just caught it together. Isn't that beautiful? But anyway, figuring out, you know, what time you want to get up to do the things that you want to do. And then once you figure that time out, you don't have to go straight for the time. You can make some small incremental changes to move in that direction, right? Okay, hope that makes sense, all right?
So go grab this low-hanging fruit, because the next habit change might not be as low-hanging, but I'll let you decide. Keep watching.
Habit number 2 is taking care of your appearance. In a recent article, I read that taking care of how you look can have a significant impact on how you feel and how others perceive you. It's not at all about conforming to what others expect you to look like. Rather, it is about presenting ourselves in a way that reflects the personality.
Don't make the mistake of thinking that you have to dress up more in order to improve the way that you feel about how you look or just improve your appearance altogether. You don't. You don't have to get more formal. What you need to do is just do a better job at the same level that your style currently is. So if you're a jeans and t-shirts kind of guy, make sure that they fit. Get rid of a ton of different logos that basically say my identity is rooted in the consumption of this product, and stick with simple colors. Then what happens is you still are appropriate for the environment in which you find yourself, but you do look more like you have self-respect, like you have mastery, dignity, authority, credibility, these other things that most of us want as men. So really easy changes to start off with.
By showering and taking care of yourself, getting a fresh haircut,
and wearing clothes that fit me well, I feel in control and ready to face whatever the day throws at me.
We see ourselves every day. It may be in the mirror as you're getting ready to leave the house. It may be on a Zoom call. It may be on social media profiles or family photos, whatever it may be. And what you see about yourself reinforces or changes or threatens the beliefs that you have about yourself. If all you see is a loser in the mirror, you're going to believe that you're a loser. But if you see somebody who's capable of change, if you see somebody who's capable of developing themselves, somebody who's capable of greatness, you're going to start to believe that about yourself.
Now, I don't know if you've noticed, but I'm not perfect when it comes to my appearance. But I've learned that taking small steps can make a big difference. The next habit change is just as important, so let's move on.
When I feel stuck and helpless, I have to push myself out of my comfort zone. I know it sounds hard, but for me it's the easiest way to shift my focus away from a problem.
It doesn't have to be something extreme or life-changing. Even small challenges have a big impact.
Like go run in the rain or take a nice cold shower. It sounds ridiculous, but trust me, it will instantly get me out of a funk. I'm serious, try for yourself. If these ideas are too silly for you, rent a mountain bike for the weekend. My wife and I did that and it was so much fun. Doing something outside your routine helps you feel alive.
My point is, you don't have to do something drastic, like leaving your home country to push yourself out of your comfort zone. Just get off the couch and do something you wouldn't normally do. Did I just hear someone say, but I can't? Let me tell you about one of my personal heroes, Rüdiger Böhm.
Rüdi was a young athlete when he lost both of his legs in a training accident. At first, he felt completely helpless, but instead of giving up, he decided to test his limits, which eventually led to adventures he never thought possible. How do I push myself out of the comfort zone?
This is for me the most important thing. Create a big piece of paper and just scratch it in the middle, and then on one hand side write all the things down that you really, really don't want to have anymore in your life. And then just like looking in the mirror, just take a look at the totally opposite of what you really don't want to have anymore. And if you take a look at these both sides, you sometimes realize, okay, it's not the total opposite, but anywhere on the other side, there is it. This feels really cool.
That's a genius approach, because the polar opposite of something I really hate must be something I really love. That's genius.
In coaching, I so often talking to people after speeches. They are coming, oh, you're so fine, everything, the sun is shining out of your butt. They always say, it's unbelievable how happy you are without your legs. And I always answer, it's unbelievable how unhappy you are with your legs.
Thank you so much, Rüdi. That was an awesome insight. Really cool.
Thanks for having me.
Getting out of your comfort zone usually means getting out of your own four walls. Next, I have something you can do in the comfort of your home. Hey, you're welcome.
One change most people underestimate is keeping things tidy.
For me, it's one of the most important factors in feeling at peace with myself. When I feel helpless, it helps me regain a sense of control.
It's not only about how a room looks, it's about the impression it creates in my mind. I can't tell you how much better I feel when my surroundings are tidy. And it's also about appreciation. When I take care of my things and put them away neatly, it shows that I value them. At the same time, I show appreciation for myself and the people around me. So how do you get things organized? Well, the most important rule is not to start with the entire home. Start small and focus on the places that have the biggest impact. For me, that would be the living room, bedroom, and kitchen.
Speaking of the kitchen, let's move on to the final change.
Habit number 5 to feel great and in control again is to eat real food.
What we eat and drink has a huge impact on how we feel. Eating healthy has not only changed my life, I've seen it in others so many times. The fastest way to clean up your diet is to reduce the amount of sugar you eat.
In Switzerland, this is probably easier to do, I think. There are so many local farms and farmers' markets. Consuming sugary foods and drinks negatively affects not only physical but also mental health. It can further contribute to negative feelings and a sense of being trapped.
I asked Francesca, a board-certified nutritionist in San Diego, to give us some tips on how to avoid sugar.
If you put a lot of sugar in your coffee, start cutting down the amount of sugar that you add to it until you drink black coffee. Another big, culprit when it comes to sugar intake are those frappuccinos and mochachinos and all those drinks that we get at the coffee shops, they're just sugar and coffee. And we shouldn't forget about the number one culprit of high sugar intake in the American diet, which is soda. A can of Coke has about 60 grams of sugar, added sugar. So that's even more than a chocolate ice cream. We look at those smoothie places, we go to Jamba Juice, we go to all of those fancy places, we get acai bowls and we think that those are healthy. They are actually laden with sugars, and they can have even more sugar than a soda and a frappuccino. The best way to stay away from added sugar is to cook at home from scratch, and not eat out and not eat processed foods.
By the way, for another video, I tried a sugar detox for 1 month, and I talk about the challenges I faced and how hard it was. Check out the link to the video in the description below.
Okay, so we've talked about the 5 changes that helped me feel incredible and in control again. Oh, I know, it's not going to be easy to implement all of them. But the thing is, it's not about being perfect, it's about making progress. Start small and focus on one habit at a time. Don't beat yourself up when you slip up. Remember, progress, not perfection, leads to success. Pick one habit and make today the beginning of feeling in control again. That's it for today. Thanks for watching. I will see you next time. Tschüss.